Got the new TV for the garage TV on Marketplace for 30 bucks. 30 bucks. I mean, probably could have got it for 150, 120 at a Walmart or whatever, but how can you beat 30 bucks? Right? It doesn't have a remote. It's really old and heavy, but I'm gonna mount it over here. So when we're sitting in there, hanging out in the garage, you can watch the TV from over there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mount it in the car. The car kind of hood comes down about right here. It can come out quite a bit and just sit right here on a little shelf. So that's my plan. Let's get after it and make it happen. Oh, hi. What did you think of my new intro video? It took a little time putting that together. I thought that would be fun to have. I've seen a lot of other people have a little intro video. Just thought it would be fun. It was a great fun time putting that together. So here's my process, getting all the tools set up and getting ready to do the next job. Alright, enjoy the video. I'll chime in here and there. After getting the first piece put on there, I wanted to double check that the car was still going to fit under the new shelf brackets. So I measured and I went out to the car and measured and everything looked good. It looked like it fit in there with a bit of clearance, probably about a foot of clearance on the front end and a couple feet on the top end. Make some more little pieces to hold up the other side of the shelf. And that piece wasn't quite long enough, so I had to use some of this longer piece. I'm gonna chop that up into some 2.5 inch wide chunks and then get those cut to size. You can see how I used the precise mathematical methods of kind of looking at it and seeing if it looked like it kind of fit, and then putting some marks on it where it looks like it was basically right. It's usually super precise. I'm all about precision. And this is my bucket of mismatched screws that is so nice to have if you're just doing projects and you have a bucket of screws. I organize them here and there, but it's impossible to organize everything, especially as you keep going and you get more and more screws and bolts and nails and whatnot. I think most everything in there is a screw though. But I just have that big old thing of them. It's super useful. Everybody should get a bucket of mismatched screws. If you don't have your own bucket of mismatched screws, I could send a few of them to you. Just put your address there in the comments. I'll send you 3 or 4 screws to get you started. But now that I think about it, I don't know. I kind of like those screws. Maybe you could find your own screws. Why do you gotta have mine? Mine are being used. I use them all the time. Don't take my screws, man. This second bracket didn't have as many places to attach it, so I went ahead and screwed this other little piece of board on there to attach that to the bracket and attach that board to the shelving unit. I think it worked pretty well. Once everything got all put together, it got pretty strong. You can watch like as I go through, I test it and touch it, and it's like really wobbly at first, and then I put the next piece in and it gets a little less wobbly and progressively less and less wobbly until at the very end when it's like super solid. And then I put that giant heavy TV on it and it was fine. So one thing that used to really drive me crazy about the carpenters that I worked with was their inability to pull the miter saw down with their left hand. And it's so much safer if you're making a cut on the left side of the board. Hold it with your right hand, pull the saw down with your left hand. But they were so set on pulling it down with their right hand that they would cross their arms right in front of the miter saw. It was crazy, and you see it all the time in videos. Watch some videos of people using miter saws, and it's like you're not even using anything. All you do is pull the trigger and pull down. The miter saw does all the work for you. Why would you cross your arms in front of that? You're just trying to cut your arm off when you do that. So don't do that, you guys. Don't hold the left side of the board with your right hand, or what, you know what I mean. Cross your arms. I could show you a video of somebody doing that. It's crazy. My shirt that says Creek on the back, that's my school that I'm working at now, Battery Creek High School. I was just wearing that on Friday at school, and I got home and I just kept it on while I was working out in the garage. It's a nice working shirt. Go Creek Dolphins. Right about here, I noticed this sharp point corner sticking out into the room, and I thought I would just round that off a little bit just to stop me from scraping my back on it or whatever when I stand up real quick. Then I'll just bonk my head on it. I won't get a scratch at least. Just get a little bonk. If you've been watching the progressively more stability of this table, then you'll notice here, once I put this top on it, it gets about as stable as it's been. But I was happy with it being stronger like this, but that TV is really heavy. I wanted to make sure that it held up real well. So I went ahead and added some additional bracing to it with some plumber's tape. Yeah, once I put this last screw in there, right there, watch that. Bam! Solid, right? But not solid enough to hold a big old TV. So I added this plumber's tape, just a couple of rows of that, extra support. And then after that, it was pretty much done. And then I clean up and I put it on fast forward for the cleanup. I thought you guys might like to see one of the videos in real-time speed. I cut out some of the parts where I'm just standing there thinking or planning something out or looking for tools. I kind of do a lot of that searching around for tools thing. I'll set something down and go back to look for it, and it wasn't where I thought I set it down at. You know how it is. Something about being old and not wanting to wear a tool belt with a bunch of stuff on it. Here's the last little bit of the bracings going in with that plumber's tape. Got it super strong now. That's definitely strong enough to hold up a big old heavy TV. And so I gotta put all this old stuff away, get these tools all put back away, and then we're gonna barbecue out there tonight and hang out and watch a movie. We went to garage sales today, and found a bunch of old DVDs because I got a DVD player since there's no internet out in the garage, so we could use a hotspot, but I'm just gonna use DVDs out there for now. Eventually, we'll get a one of those Roku boxes and put that Roku box in there. So here it is, all finished up. Super pretty, right? Beautiful thing. You can see the plumbing tape strap that helps to support it. It sticks way out there, like 30 something inches out. So I can get back behind it to access all the stuff on the shelving. Got this side over here where it's got an additional piece of plumber's tape. Got the lights up above it. I might have to move those lights if they're shining down on the screen. But that's easy. I didn't put them up with anything but some zip ties. But I love it. It's going to be great fun having a TV out in the garage. So here we go. Simple. I can one-handed put down the table and set up the chairs. It's just a super quick thing now to convert this from garage mode to hanging out mode in the garage, in the bonus room. Alright, let's look at what the garage looks like with the van in it. I don't know if y'all have seen that yet, but it's quite the thing. It's packed in there like so tight. Like almost every square inch of space is used. So let's look at this. It's even almost hard to walk around in it. So you got a little bit of space on this side, just enough to walk in. And this side over here, just enough space to walk in and get. I can't walk past on this side. Just enough to open the door. Enough space to get in. But I pretty much have to open that right up to the thing. And then I can get in. But if I'm trying to go past here, I got this shelf in the way, I got this light in the way, and even if I could get past there. So you can see the shelf I just made kind of hangs up over the hood. Let's look around the other side too. Look at how pretty this view is from back here. You got this cool, I don't know if you can see way in the background right here. This cool live oak that's behind everything. That's one of my favorite trees out here. On this side we got the scooters. I'm gonna put one of those in the car today to go get the car to Firestone and have them do the diagnostic, because since I can't figure it out. Let's see how this guy TV is right over the hood. You got a good 6 inches of clearance there. A good couple inches between the front of the horns of the truck and the front of the thing. This guy is right next to it. So everything is packed in here about as tight as it could possibly be. Right, got a little bit of open space here, but we kind of need that to be able to pull these things out of there. So there's really no more space to put anything else in here. But I'm sure I'll end up putting 25 more things in here, even though there's no more space. There's a little bit of space, like right here in this area. And right up there, but really I kind of need that space. I don't know. Super fun though, it's super tight in here. And you can see the edge of where the garage door closes to the back of the van. There's a couple inches there too. So I've got this, I'm sure you all have seen these before, with the little ball that tells you where to stop hanging from the ceiling. so you know exactly where to stop to get the van in the right spot. So now we can sit in the car and be like a drive-in theater. So if you guys stuck around this far till the end, I was going to show you this little piece. I never did make a video for this one. I just was kind of putting it together for fun. My folks sent me this super cool Serenity model, and it's got a electromagnet underneath it that makes it float, so you can spin it around. But it was just on a plain, ordinary little square, like base. It was kind of cool. It had meteorite dust, but I went ahead and made this whole thing. It was over a long process. It's got a refueling station. It's got some solar panels there, a little gas tank, a little house to have the transformers in it. It's got a little bridge down here going over the little river that drops into this lake down there. Got little tiny people, I don't remember what the scale was, 1 to 300 scale, 1 to 200 scale. Yeah, I think it was 1 to 200 scale people. Got a little guy down here on the shoreline, but there's a giant squid coming up, giant octopus coming up to get him. Somebody else there in a little boat. Got some people working on the dock there. Little log cabin. And I just put all this stuff together. The top of that log cabin is just the inside of some cardboard. It was a super fun little project. That was my first project with the resin pour that I did. And you can see it came out cool, but the blue was way darker than I wanted it to be. I'm sure I'll get better at it, or get better materials to use that. I was just using tattoo ink to color the resin. And another little house. Some trees over there. Some more. Another dock. Another boat. Some people working on it. All kinds of fun stuff going on with the Serenity ship refueling station area. There's even a killer whale out in the water, floating around, swimming around. But thanks for watching the video. Thanks for sticking around to see the bonus video that I never made a video for. My first resin pour project. And looking forward to the next one. I'm going to be working on my car, trying to fix the noise, whatever the random noise was that I couldn't figure out. So we'll see. I'm going to try to work on that probably next weekend maybe. I don't think I'll finish it this weekend. Got too much other stuff to do. Bye!